Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Nerded Movie Podcast. This week we are doing 3 movies for the Christmas week. We're going to start off with Santa Sleigh, Red Claus, and Santa Claus #2.
Not
and
necessarily in that order.
Correct. And when I say everybody, I mean Fabian, because he's the only person. Fabby. He's the only person that keeps messaging me about what we're doing.
His text at night where it's like, I heard, what was it? God, I can't remember the word. He texts Alex and I. Like, he came home the one night high. And he was asking me questions about the episode, and I was like,
was this on purpose?
And I was like, wait until you get 15 minutes in. And it's the one episode I did the trippy shit on. And he's like, oh my God, it gets so weird.
Why is the color like this?
Yeah. Why does it look like old and bright?
Those are the text messages I get and shit, and it's fucking crazy.
They are pretty funny though. You can always tell when Fabian's like at home and relaxed, because you'll get some text messages about the podcast.
Our first movie we're going to start with is going to be Santa Sleigh, which is stars Mr. Goldberg, and I'm going to let Anthony take over for the rest of the what do you call them, the bits.
It made $47 and it exclusively played in one strip club.
The juicy bits.
And 2,500.
This movie went straight to DVD.
As it should, really, but
I wasn't joking.
Oh yeah.
It did. Santa Sleigh. This was intentionally a shit show of a movie. Stars Bill Goldberg, Douglas Smith, who plays the boy. He's in the series Big Love, which is I like Big Love.
I like Big Love as well. Yes.
Emile,
DeRaven.
She's in the original Hills Have Eyes. She's also
the original or the remake.
She was also in the CW.
Sorry, she's not.
I was gonna say, how old is she?
She's in the remake.
She was also in the CW version of Beastmaster.
Beastmaster.
I know. Yeah.
For one thing, why does the CW gotta do Beastmaster?
It was late night. It was late night television.
The CW needs to fuck off, bro. Like, different. I'm tired of them raping every fucking comic franchise. They like, oh, this is our version of Superman. He's different. It's like he's a fucking Guido. I'm tired of the fucking CW garbage pro. I know Alex likes some of their shit, but same network that makes the fucking Archie comic show makes DC shit. Fuck off.
I won't read the whole cast, but Dave Thomas, whenever I think of Dave Thomas,
the Wendy's guy?
Coneheads. I know Dave Thomas is in so many things, but I always think of him as the headmaster in Coneheads.
Oh, the Canadian actor comedian, yes.
Yeah.
I thought of Wendy's because
Salazar, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Knock.
I'm going to slaughter the guard dog.
Chewing the condom.
Condom.
Shay, my wife, I told her I was going to start watching Christmas movies early.
And she literally lit up.
She's like, oh, really? And I'm like, it's not, because I was like, it's for the show. Because she knows I'm kind of like Scrooge.
But you know it's going to extend, like, you're going to be watching, instead of 4 weeks of Christmas movies, you're going to end up watching 2 months worth.
I actually watch Hallmark with my wife.
But I got her because I was like, well, we chose 3 Christmas movies, and she's like, oh, I'll watch one with you tonight. So I put on Santa Sleigh, and like it starts, and she's like, oh, that's the girl from The Nanny. Oh, there's Chris Kattan. Oh, there's the, and then
Rebecca
it turned into like Bill Goldberg comes on the chimney, and she's like, what is this?
Bill Goldberg.
I was like, strap yourself in, honey, because it's not going to get any better.
So this is how I know that I've corrupted my wife being with her for as long as I have. Because the first time I shouted to her, I didn't know how she was going to react. And she was like, this is awesome. And literally I felt like the Emperor, where it's like, feel the power. and she's like, yeah, I enjoyed that one quite a bit. And now we watch it every Christmas time.
My wife looked this up before we watched it.
Oh, no.
So she's like, I'm going to watch Santa Claus 2 with you. We're like, okay, we're going to watch Red Claus. And she's like, okay. She's like, what's the last movie you're going to watch? I'm like, Santa Sleigh. So she's looking up Santa Sleigh. She's like, I don't see a movie.
Oh, it's there.
Called Santa Sleigh.
It's at the bottom.
Like, spelled it wrong.
You're spelling sleigh wrong. So she looks at it, she's like, this is a horror movie. I was like, no, it's not.
No, not really.
So I don't know if you guys ever noticed when every time I text you guys, I would always text it as Santa Sleigh, like it was the sleigh ride.
Yeah.
I kept doing it on purpose,
so
just to see if you guys would say something.
I want to point out that the game they play is probably the least manly game you could play, and Bill Goldberg has to play it.
What?
Which
like
one?
what is it? Not shuffle. What is it?
The shot put.
Yeah,
shot
like
put? No, that's not shot
whatever the not shuffleboarding, because that's I can't remember.
Oh, no, I think it is called shot put. Is it?
No, shot put is the.
The throwing thing.
They do a little dance and throw that motherfucker.
It is called shuffleboard.
Is it shuffleboard?
Shuffleboard, yeah, shuffleboard.
I think so.
I just feel like them playing that game out of all games, like they like literally doesn't allow Satan to get any of his fucking like advantages, which I found neat because literally the angel was weaker.
Yeah, I find it
shuffleboard.
And then there's I don't think it is. There's scenes that you expect in this movie, and
it's called curling. It's called curling. It's called curling.
So scenes like the strip club scene, which as soon as he walks in, you're like, oh, here we go, and you still fucking enjoy the scene, like
when he sprays the pole.
Everything about this fucking. I mean, literally, the dinner scene is every washed-up actor they could afford for this movie. Like they were like, we have this much budget for a celebrity. Do we go
James Caan?
Do we pick a bigger actor to maybe get more appeal, or do we get 6 has-beens for the opening dinner? And like that's what they did.
James Caan is not a has-been.
He's a fucking has-been.
Not in 2005. He's not.
He literally all he did was Elf. And like he was the worst part of the movie. Like James Caan hasn't been. He wasn't even relevant when Eraser fucking came out. That's why he was a shit choice for that character. James Caan hasn't been relevant since the fucking Godfather. Will you tell me Raising Cain? Fuck James Caan. What other movie? When he was in fucking Bulletproof with Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans in 1997. What relevancy has James Caan fucking had in 3 decades? I think he was in My Grandpa the Spy or some shit 3 years ago.
I'm trying to find his name. I can't. Hold on.
His son's got more relevancy, and he's on fucking Hawaii Five-0 garbage remake.
So I know he was in Eraser.
James Caan.
He was in the Get Smart remake. Bunch of other movies I don't give 2 shits about.
Get Smart was good. I don't remember him.
Up to 2005. Let's see.
His biggest movie in that decade was Elf.
2005 was the only movie. That was the only movie he was in.
Yeah, but later he went to go into TV, which was 2 years later. No, in 2003, he was actually doing Las Vegas till 2007.
Wait, wasn't Las Vegas that show that got closed down because the horses died?
Maybe it was, but he was doing it for what is it, 5 years?
Oh no, because I couldn't.
4 or 5 years.
Season. But what now? Like that's the thing is like you literally had to look to show up. That doesn't tell me relevancy.
So he was actually still working. I mean, it wasn't like he wasn't
working and relevant is 2 different things.
In 2017, he starred in Undercover Grandpa. So.
That's the movie I was thinking.
And then he went to Hawaii Five-0, the remake,
because his son was on it
with his son.
He greased some palms.
All I have to say is Fran is in this movie, and fuck her. I can't stand her.
I don't like her either.
I used to like the show The Nanny.
No, I can't.
I can't. No, it was literally the same thing. Like
that is
the father would walk in with his British accent, and in different ways, just be like, "Oh, Fran, you're such a dumb bitch," but say it in different ways. You'd be like, "I fucked up," and he's just like, "Oh, you're lucky you take it in the back door." Like, I loved that show. I don't know. I found Nigel the butler funny. Like Nigel was always 2 seconds away from cold cocking Fran right in the mouth.
4 years ago, I did like to watch the reruns. Now I can't fucking deal with it.
I can't with her.
Well, you mean to tell me you don't like her in UHF as well?
Yeah, well.
She doesn't talk as much, yeah. She's a little quieter. All right, back to... sorry.
I do like how every time Santa appears in this movie, it turns into like a Christmas music video.
That was so weird. And to be fair, this Santa Slate, this is the first time I've ever seen it.
Oh,
I've never
really?
seen this movie before. Yeah.
Alex, since you did that, you got to do it now. If one of us say "to be fair," that's how you have to say that immediately after.
Okay. Shay had never seen it before either, and I like to fuck with her when we watch new movies or talk about something that she has no idea about, and I try to convince her that she's seen it. And like I've caught her sometimes being like, "Oh yeah," and then I'm like, "You've never seen it, you idiot,
fucking liar! You're making up shit." Lewis is just entrapping his wife, is basically what he's saying. Hey, you remember I remember you liking this movie. Oh yeah, I did like it. Never.
She tries to play into.
She will do the thing where she's the awkward person who's like at a party and she's laughing because someone else is laughing, and then you turn to her and be like, "What's funny?" And she's like,
Lewis, you have to understand the group of people you grew up around.
That's true.
Her group of friends didn't call each other out for everything like we did.
That is
like
true.
To this day, I call out Fabian live on my stream for his weird breathing.
I remember years back we had I had done it, like we were just shooting the shit, and I was like, let's say something nice about each other, and I put her on the spot, and I was like, what's the one thing you love about me? And she like kind of stumbled, and she's like, you're an asshole. And I was like, that makes sense. That's like the people I hang out with. So
my wife gave me a confidence and told me that one of the things that attracted her to me even in the beginning was my confidence. But the way she said it was almost like the confidence you really shouldn't have. Like she kind of, it was almost like a backdoor, like, yeah, I don't know, you just always have had confidence, like, fucking shouldn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she had this kind of almost like deep-seated, like, yeah, I liked it when we first met, but you're kind of a cunt.
I can't do that with my wife.
I'm going to ask my wife now.
I'll be like, what is one thing you love about me? She's like, I can't fucking stand you. And I'm like, okay.
I'm going to ask my wife
because you're honest.
That's when I cock my gun. We'll go together.
She had mentioned to me before that the reason why she fell in love with me was because of my family. So
not you, though. She liked the rice recipe.
Yeah, it wasn't me. It was my family.
Yeah, my wife didn't fall in love with me for my family. I fucking died. I don't even like my family. They don't watch it, so they'll never know I said that. That's also a current running. That's a current running joke on my stream. When Tim is on it, I point out several times a stream that he doesn't watch the streams or podcasts, and he gets so fucking awkward. It's great.
Opened up the late night show with like that. He's like, "Yeah, my brother's joining us, who never watches my fucking podcast."
And he's like, "What are you talking? I do." And then like, literally, we'll be playing, and we'll say something.
We'll do something,
and it's clear he doesn't watch, and Fabian will be like, "Wow, you really don't watch the fucking thing, do you?" And it's become every time he's on it, we fucking rip him for it. It's great.
I feel bad when I say it too, but I catch him.
Alex is the guy that like he acts like he doesn't like to join in. So like after everybody else has stabbed the body to death, he just gets up like stab, and then like walks away. Like he'll just like it's almost like the guy's been shit beat out of him, and Alex just kind of gives him like a love tap real quick and runs away quickly. Like that's how he rips on Tim. It's funny. And once again, they don't watch. They'll never hear this.
Excuse me.
So Santa's Sleigh, I like this fucking movie. I don't know. It's stupid. The storyline is essentially he is Satan forced to be Santa because he lost a game with an elf angel, and basically it's his time to try to rise again. He's waited his turn, and it's the old. It really is kind of an old Christmas trope of like, either someone's coming to threaten Christmas or this is going to happen but they turn it into basically Satan is coming for revenge, and it's kind of got that like ghetto, like Hocus Pocus feel where it involves some kids and like, but it's still Bill Goldberg chasing and trying to murder them. So it's a different, like Bette Midler's not Bill Goldberg. We'll start there,
It also has the most sexually aggressive girlfriend I've ever seen in my life.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
In a fucking movie.
She's a bit rapey.
That was one of those things where like as a kid at that age, that didn't happen.
Well, it's also 2005.
Even in 05, they weren't. They were maybe not. Maybe to other boys, but not me.
She even says, "Do I have to make every fucking advance in this fucking relationship?" Like she makes that comment.
See, but that doesn't happen in real life. Like, there's no 15-year-old boy that like needs to have stimulation. Like, literally, she walks past him and he's like, ah! Like that's real life. So like that dynamic was weird because it really was like.
It was awkward.
It's almost like there's one of those moments where it's like, it's okay if you're not into girls. Like where that scene kind of like needed to be in there somewhere to kind of explain him. Like it's okay.
This movie does something insanely cool though, and does a play on the old Rankin Bass animation. Like retelling, like that's so fucking cool. This movie didn't need to do that, and the fact that they did that,
that's where all the budget went to. That and the has-beens in the beginning.
That and Goldberg.
I will say, for such a low budget movie though, its lore is pretty flushed out. Like it's pretty good. It makes sense.
Yeah, whoever wrote it definitely thought about it a little bit. Like, yeah, I know we're gonna get Bill Goldberg, and we've got like $300,000 to make the whole movie, but I'm gonna do a good job on the story.
Yeah,
I want this movie remade. But with Mel Gibson as Santa Claus.
No, it's got to be Batista.
Santa Claus.
Ho ho ho!
So we did bust out laughing though when Grandpa reappears and he's wearing all white and a flannel.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like he's fucking ice cream guy.
Yeah.
Basically, he's Jeff Fox's version of St. Peter. Like.
But it's like in heaven you get all white, but you also get a black and white flannel. Like
you gotta have some kind of flair. See, I like to think of it as like, what movie was that where he dies and goes up to heaven and he was taking all the chicks from Jesus, so they brought him back. It was one of the Seth MacFarlane, Seth Rogen movies, but he goes up. Or no, it was Neil Patrick Harris in the one Harold and Kumar movie. When he explains how he survived, and he's like, well, I was up there, and there's a whole scene of, like, he's getting Jesus' chicks. He's like, Dad, give me the phone. Dad, we got a problem. And then I was back. All right.
Oh, God.
This movie's simple. Go watch it. Let's do wrap-ups and final hot dogs. Now, here's the question. Is this a good movie? And do we rate it unbiased and unnostalgic like and give it the rating it deserves? Or are we giving it
a trash rating?
Our soft rating of like, I love this movie, therefore it's this? Or are we being real? I think that's what Alex is kind of talking about too, is are we going to be real and objectively, are we keeping it on the same spectrum of comparing it to Dune as far as how we rate it?
I actually think this one was actually a really good movie for what it was given for fucking 1 hour and 15 minutes. That's how long this movie was. And
it's a fun movie.
I think it was
job.
What it was worth.
It really is a fun movie.
It was a comedy.
It's a good Christmas movie too.
So it was a comedy horror, and the fact that they were able to tie in Nordic fucking old ties into it, it actually made it a little better. So I think this is like one of those where we're still gonna go with, this is a movie that we're reviewing and it's gonna be like compared to Doom, because it was made right. It was done with I don't know. Yeah, I think we should still keep with a Dune, but Dune was fucking high, so I don't know.
Well, I just mean it as, is there any slack cut, or are we going to review it like we would review an objectively reviewed movie?
Not this one.
But we have to decide if we're reviewing this one that way, reviewing them all.
I'm just going to say there were tits in it, so it's going to bump up for me.
Yeah,
Ronnie's
for you,
a simple
of
guy.
course.
Alex, what would you give it hot dog wise? Christmas
hot dog wise, I'm gonna say 4 flat, because this was fucking energetic. It was fucking entertaining. It had a story that kept following through with it. There was some stupid times with the boyfriend girlfriend thing, but this was just actually a really good fun movie. It was just like a mindless fucking let's just watch.
Yeah,
it's a Christmas movie,
Yeah, definitely.
Christmas horror movie. I guess
definitely doesn't take it's good because it doesn't take itself seriously. It knows what it is.
Right.
Exactly. It's campy in the right way.
How short it was, especially how short it was, and it got its shit to the point. You know, like it wasn't. There was nothing. There are some things that are left unsaid, like at the end. He's gonna move on to some other fucking town, or not town, but another country.
Well, I think the idea behind that was then he starts tapping into the other lores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the whole thing. Is throughout time he's been through all the different lores and this current incarnation.
And does he start again from the he has to be kind again because he did lose. He did lose.
I'd like to see a Santa Sleigh sequel where he's in the future but not crazy in the future, where everybody is obsessed with their phones and shit and nobody pays attention to them, like shit like that. Where, like, you take the dynamic of nobody has Christmas spirit, therefore Santa Claus is losing his power, and you frame it where nobody has the Christmas spirit, therefore even Satan has no power as Santa. And you start to be, the movie isn't about him so much as the villain, but him as, like, getting his Christmas back while doing heinous villainous shit.
But he is the loser, though.
Well, yeah, but he also,
because he cheated at the end.
Well, I mean, he is Satan.
He is Satan.
No, he's not Satan. He's not Satan. He's Satan.
The Bible says he can do that.
Yeah,
his father was Satan.
Like, I guess that's the nice thing about being Satan. If like people try to call you like, I'm fucking Satan. What do you want me to do? Like, this is what I do. I fuck shit up. I don't play fair. What in the name did you not hear?
I really did like this fucking movie. I don't know.
Did you give your hot dogs yet?
I'm gonna go for a 4 flat. 4 flat. 4. 4 flat 4.
Giovanni. By the way, a Christmas dog is a gingerbread bun with fruitcake filling.
Oh, fuck your fruitcake.
Topped with watermelon Sour Patch Kids.
Jesus.
It sounds terrible.
That's disgusting.
Topped, and then you get it, but you do get an eggnog dipping sauce.
Oh
no, even worse.
I love eggnog.
Can I get it like 0 now?
That's like if a 5-year-old was like, I can make a hot dog.
I don't want to go with 0.
Oh man. So watching this movie for the first time, I did enjoy it. It's just for good fun. Doesn't take itself too seriously.
Exactly.
For the budget, for what it was, I'm surprised how well fleshed out the lore was. I mean, from top to bottom through the whole movie, they stuck with it, and I do like when movies do that, especially when low budget movies really pay attention to the story. So the story made sense; it was good. So this is going to be a 3.5 out of 5 for me.
Lewis, break it down for me.
I'll go next. Yeah, not every movie needs to be an amazing piece of art. Sometimes you just want to watch a movie about Santa Claus fucking killing people. And ironically, this movie is kind of wholesome.
And the fact that Goldberg's killing people is fucking awesome.
You root for the grandpa. You want to tell the kid, like, hey,
you also root for Goldberg a little bit too.
You do. So you do want to enter the movie and be like, hey, can you let her know if you like boys or not? Because it's cool if you do, but it's really awkward that you just keep...
But you need to let somebody else get a shot at that. Like, you're just hogging it on. Like, you're being greedy.
Stop leading her on.
That's the one I wanted to yell.
Give the girl some D, you fucking pansy.
Just let her know if you like girls or boys. No, it's like...
She's in his house on Christmas Eve.
Every time you see Goldberg, Christmas music starts playing, and it's just like fun and somehow still like light. And it seems like everyone in this movie kind of had fun knowing it was a shit show. Another thing, we finished it, and my wife was like, "That wasn't really a horror movie in the sense that like." Yeah. Like I had fun watching it, and I was like, "That's perfect."
I'd argue Krampus is, and even though Krampus has a comedic, it's more of a horror movie.
More of a horror.
Well, like I said, it's only an hour and 15 minutes long.
Yeah, This movie doesn't overstay its welcome.
It knows what it is.
It's fucking beautiful. Like that's what it was.
Yeah, I would say this is a solid 3 normal hot dogs because I don't want that fucking Christmas dog shit. Gingerbread bun.
Listen. If you don't exactly, you dip in the eggnog. The bun gets a little softer. And then you get the delicious creaminess of the gelatin. Whatever. That's all just fruitcake. You know, have you ever had a good fruitcake?
No, because
a good fruitcake is fucking tasty with nuts and shit in it. It is. I don't care.
That's it. The name of this episode is "Have you ever had a good fruitcake?"
With nuts.
The answer is this guy has. Okay. Shit. By the way, did you guys know that Rudy's Bakery is closed on Roscoe?
Yeah.
What?
Yes. I live over there. I live over there. I know.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
I live over.
You live over there. You should have been supporting them.
I have been, you fucktard.
Yeah, god damn it, I had a good one and I don't want to be mean. Alright, Lewis gave it 3. Objectively, it's got to be a 3. It's not a great movie, but I do love it. I do like it. I do recommend it. It is a great Christmas movie. 3 out of 5. I can't go higher than 3 out of 5 just because if I do, you start to... Then the whole scale starts to lose credibility. So... If you asked anybody else, they'd say a 1. It's a 3 because I really do enjoy the movie. I don't feel it's a bad movie. It's not edited poorly. It's not put together poorly. They use their low budget to the best they can. It's funny. It's got somewhat of horror elements. It's Goldberg kicking people's heads off.
It's like just, Anthony says. It doesn't overstay its welcome.
It knows exactly what it is, and what it is a short,
an hour and 15 minutes long
Christmas movie that's different from the fucking Charlie Brown and Christmas Vacation marathons you see.
And if you know Goldberg, he's fucking Jewish, and he's playing a Christian.
This is
fucking,
also one of the first wrestling movies. Well, a movie with a wrestler in it who doesn't use a signature move.
Yeah, no, he does. He spears him through
the
fucking. He spears him through the thing before he stabs him with the menorah.
Oh, you're right. He does. Damn it.
I would say a good analogy is this movie is like knowing when to end a joke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Watch it with your spouse or whatever too, because it's one of those movies that like
your religious.
It's quick and over.
I would definitely watch it with the Catholic family. Then sit them all down, do a prayer before you watch it. You're ready to say some Hail Marys for recommending it. Everybody all wrapped up on this one?
Yes.
We'll be right back with which one we doing next? Santa Claus 2 or Fred Claus?
Let's do Santa Claus 2.
We will be right back with Santa Claus. This Santa Claus. Papa Gijo. Thought I wasn't going to say it this year? Come on! Be right back.
That's Giovanni's favorite saying.
I'm going to do the Jackie Chan sign up from now on. Everybody's got to sit still while I do this. You ready?
And we're back. It'd be weird if I just said nothing after that.
Radio silence.
We're on to our second movie.
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus 3.
Fred Claus.
No, just kidding. Santa Claus 2.
The Mrs. Claus.
Last year we reviewed Santa Claus 1, 2. Next year, 3. That's
maybe.
How,
we don't know. Maybe.
That's how years work. I really wish they would make a 4.
Yeah, but the problem is because of
his
his views, he got swept up. So nobody's going to want to be biting to work with him.
It would be called Santa Claus for the Vagina Monologues. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay,
Who fucking knows?
So, budget.
Giovanni, what the fuck is your numbers?
65 million.
Playing the Squid Game.
Box office, 172 million. This is a shit show. All right. Really quick cast. Tim Allen, obviously back as
Papa Gijo.
Who is he?
And he plays Toy Santa, which Toy Santa creeps me the fuck out.
I want more Coco.
Is the same actor
for Bernard? Yes.
He plays Charlie. It's not the same kid.
Yeah, same kid.
And he's in the third movie too.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody is the same.
Santa Claus 3. Charlie's getting butt fucked in prison.
They just
Santa
keep
comes
adding.
to hell.
They just keep adding. They just keep adding people.
Bernard is the only one who's not in the third movie.
Yeah, because I think he aged out. I think he was 35 at that point. And he was like, dude, I can't play an elf anymore.
He looks
well,
like
look about
45-year-old.
No, yeah. Like what year did the Santa Claus 2 come out, Lewis? Does it say?
94.
Not in 2002.
When did Harold and Kumar come out? The first one.
Oh, he was in Harold and Kumar, right?
That's his aging out.
No, the original Santa Claus came out in 94.
Number 2, bro.
No, we're talking about
number 2.
Oh, but Bernard was in 94.
Yeah, he's no shit.
2004 was Harold and Kumar.
So this is 2 years before he played a 20-something college level, which means he was close to his 30s at the time. He aged the fuck out. Because when did number 3 come out?
3 was in 2006.
2006.
2006. So Harold and Kumar 1 was already out for 2 years at that point. Aged out point.
Do you think he was waiting on that phone call and he's like,
well, I mean, like the problem is how do you have him in a Christmas kids movie when he's openly making jokes about himself being Jewish and weed humor 2 years prior? Not to mention, if he's playing a college level person in a movie, motherfucker's at least 30.
And these were Disney movies, so I can totally see that.
So, it may have been an image thing. It may have just been the dude's 30 years old, and there's only so many times they could shave him while filming in a fucking day. Like, it is what it is. Hairy little fucker. I do find him hilarious in Harold and Kumar 3, though, when he's talking about being a Christian.
So we could just jump into this movie, and I want to talk about the weird plot of Santa Claus needing to find a wife.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really awkward that like your contract's like you need to go find someone to fuck or else you're gonna get fired.
Nope, it's even weirder than that.
They just said he has to go get married.
Think about this. If one part of the clause is to get married, what has happened to all of the other Mrs. Claus, including the Santa Claus who fell on the roof that he replaced?
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
So we brought this up in the first year.
They all just disappeared.
Right, you did.
And then technically,
so if Claus dies, does Miss Claus disappear?
And if she doesn't
or
die,
maybe she just goes back home.
If she does, that's the thing. If she doesn't poof, then where the fuck does she go? Because unless he's been Santa for a year and under, he needs to be fucking married. Which also begs to, unless all of these Santas before them have been a year or under, they've all been married. Where have all of the Mrs. Clauses gone? They all can't die together.
The elves eat her, and not in a good way.
It's in the cocoa. It's in the fucking cocoa. Ground up Mrs. Clauses.
And it's not in the good way. Oh my god.
Man, when you think about that, these 3 movies are just creepy as fuck. These are horror.
There's a lot of dark undertones.
These are. I don't even think they're dark undertones. I think these are assholes in a writing room that didn't. They were like, oh, here's some fun lore, and didn't think about the fact that people like us would be awake at 2 a.m. going, if he is required to be married, and it's a lot of dead Mrs. Clauses.
Who eats
like
Mrs. Claus?
That's the thing is like they don't expect people to
and they're
deep
not talking
dive.
about eating Mrs. Claus. They're talking about eating.
Well, Giovanni's theory may be correct. We don't know what's in the cocoa.
That's true, dude.
Well,
the toy Santa seems it's cocaine. I gotta have a little buzz. More cocoa.
That scene, dude, where he hoofs.
that's
Toy Santa is Buzz Lightyear, by the way.
Yeah.
He is.
No.
He's also fucking
Chris Evans. No, it's Chris Evans.
No, that's Chris Pratt in the movie.
Chris Evans. Chris Evans is Buzz Lightyear. I thought.
No, I thought it was Chris Pratt.
Pretty sure it's Chris Evans.
Oh, I'm gonna.
In the movie Lightyear, it looks amazing.
You've got your Chris's mixed up, dude. Lightyear actually does look really good.
It looks really good.
It looks awesome. I gotta admit.
Really good.
I was like, holy shit.
This movie's a basic bitch of a movie as well, frankly. It follows a lot of the same tropes, but as Lewis said, it's weird. Basically, he's told since he's been a Santa a year, if he don't find himself a bitch, he's going to lose all his powers, and he won't be Santa anymore, and Christmas will be ruined for billions across the globe. So what he does, right, is he gets sent back down to Earth, and they get rid of his white man beard. And he gets all
already
thin.
on Earth.
He gets tragically thin, like Christian Bale in The Machinist, and he starts macking some women trying to get a Mrs. Claus. He's got 30 days to get a wife. There's literally shows called 90 Day Fiance. How is he expected to get a woman in 30 days and marry her?
That's also another thing you brought up. So
he actually had 27 days.
If Santa is killed, the person who murders Santa becomes Santa. But then the whole ritual ends if you don't get married.
Again.
But then they don't ever really talk about like
1 year.
Basically, there's never been a Santa that either didn't die before he needed to or get married, because Christmas has never ended. So, like, either Santa's only been Santa for a year at all times, or the motherfuckers always get married.
Or Santa got lucky that he was already going to get married.
And why are these goddamn elves hiding this shit from him? Little stupid asshole who made the toy Santa. Fucking Bernard's like, yo, you gotta tell him. And he's like, God,
Curtis is a little bastard.
It's like, this motherfucker's going to start going back to brown hair soon if you don't tell him.
So my thing with
that was all Curtis's fault.
My thing with Christmas movies, every time it's like there is a Santa Claus in a Christmas movie, and the Santa Claus is the one that provides the gifts. It's like I want to break down the psychology. Like, so in all of these movies, universes, like parents don't believe in Santa Claus, but Santa Claus provides the gifts. Like,
every Christmas? They're just, you don't have to buy shit.
Like, you realize that
do the parents?
No. What I'm saying is, do you think that these parents like think they're buying gifts, and like through some like brain magic, Santa Claus like makes them think that the gift he drops? Like, they don't explain the science.
I like to think Santa delivers shitty gifts and the parents buy the good ones, and Santa gives like hula hoops and toy cars.
No. I
wooden toy cars.
What's the explanation of the gift? If it comes from Santa or the parent?
Parents just accept that shit shows up under their tree, I guess.
Not me, dude. I'd be like,
is that a bomb?
I'd look at Shay and be like, did you buy that? Which card did you put that on? Which card did you put that on?
Who put this gift under my fucking tree? I'm gonna shoot this goddamn gift.
How did you get my credit card before my wallet's in my pocket?
Fast forward to me with like those extender tongs, holding it outside as I like drop it and then quickly fire upon it.
Yeah, but no,
also those cases.
It was a Furby.
Where, like, the families who are fighting and they're like telling the kids like, hey, you can't have that for Christmas.
Yeah, how does
then it shows up under the tree? Like, who blames who for that shit?
How does Tim Allen exist when you have the shit going on in Jingle All the Way? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if Santa Claus existed, Schwarzenegger wouldn't be fucking fighting Sinbad for a doll, which I just purchased.
That's true. Like the science
go pick
behind
it up,
tomorrow. I wasn't going to have Jen pick up the fucking toy at dark in this area.
It was 4 o'clock.
She didn't get out until 5:30.
Oh, okay. Well,
hey man, you don't tell me how to tell my wife how to drive in the hot zone. You fucking hear me?
You should have drove yourself.
I'm District 9 over here, Mr. Northside Moneybags.
The science
took your brother's car gone.
Fuck his car.
The science behind there being a real Santa Claus in these movies makes no sense.
Zero. And even, like, I will say, movie like The Christmas Chronicles,
I'm gonna say this quietly,
basically tells you,
no science.
Shut up, I am talking. Santa. Why are you just interrupting me?
Because my kid's listening.
So you shouldn't be saying it at all.
What? I'm trying to make a point.
I think
2 o'clock in the morning, your kid should
Santa
be
Claus.
Seriously, put them to fucking bed. It's called NyQuil, motherfucker. Night. Z-Quil, they made it easier. They literally go, hey, do you want to poison your kids so they fall asleep but not make them all woozy when they wake up? We bought out fucking sleep juice. Put it in their fucking drink. If I was up at 2 in the morning, didn't matter at that age, at fucking waffle faces what I'd have, all swollen in different areas and shit.
And punch you in the face.
It's funny, but it's sadly true. Different era. I agree with Lewis. The concept of Santa Claus, if it's not treated in this like completely fairy tale sort of way, makes like the fact that like his ex-wife and the stepfather dude just like, oh hi, and they're all nice to him now because he's fucking Santa. It's literally like Bill Compton from True Blood is just like, we are friends, and fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you know what? Actually, what I just thought of, because we just talked about Santa's sleigh, the science behind Santa. At the end of Santa's sleigh, no one got gifts.
No,
yeah, because he was defeated. Yeah, and is that how is that like the dark end of this, of where we're like, if he didn't marry, Christmas is just fucked?
Yep,
that's what I'm saying. Like it stops the whole ritual. That's it.
But also if you think about it,
it would be done.
The elves know.
Yeah.
That in order for there to be a new Santa, a Santa has to die.
Yeah.
It's almost like a ritual, like a pagan ritual that they're okay with.
How many fucking Santas have these millennium living bastards seen? Like, think about how many Santas have died on their... Like, think about how many Santas Bernard has served and have died that he's had to been like, all right, well, literally, are they watching... Are they watching in like the little tele area, seeing like pick it up, asshole, pick up the fucking suit, asshole?
Yeah. The funny thing is that
they take bets on it. Is he gonna pick up the suit?
When he gets the new suit and he's become Santa and he embraces Santa, he's like, "How are you gonna protect me?" He's the only Santa Claus who's like, "How are you gonna protect me? How are you gonna keep me alive?"
Yeah,
I do find the toy Santa playing football where he's just like fucking clotheslining him and shit.
Yeah, he's fucking murdering all those fucking elves. He's fucking
he steps on the elf and fucking like curb stomps them, and then
also the concept of like him falling in love with the shrewd bitch and like bringing her heart, like she's like the Grinch and he grows her heart by. And by the way, he uses a lot of magic on one chick. Like he swings for the fucking fences. Yeah, basically he's like, hey, I know you're not really into me, but by the way, magic mistletoe, kiss my fucking lips. And he's like, oh, by the way, I somehow have presents from the 70s for all your fucking coworkers.
He pretty much Christmas roofied her into being his wife.
At the minimum, he gets fucking laid. Like, I mean, literally, if you used from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock worth of magic on one girl, you better be getting something. Like, at least a promise ring. I don't know, something.
I think he knew that it was love, and I think it just happened faster.
How is it love,
because of the magic?
You don't fall in love in 14 days.
Because he already had the experience with her before, and then
but that's like saying my wife learned to love me faster because I kept her in the basement for 5 weeks.
But that's a lot creepier.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be fair to say that my wife fell in love with me because I didn't let her speak for the first 3 months in public. We did a communication system of gentle nods. I'd say she would like the Diet Coke and shrimp scallopini. And she would look at me and nod.
You watch all 3 Santa Claus movies as a kid, and then as an adult, you're like, there are a lot of problematic things in all 3 of these movies.
The fact that you have a psychologist just completely accept Santa and be enamored by Scott every time he meets him like he's God. Meanwhile, the first movie, that character was spent going, no, fuck Santa, that motherfucker ain't real.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of belief suspending this movie.
You're talking about Judge Reinhold, right?
Yes, yes. Like that Cosby sweater wearing motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of shit in this movie that you kind of also, I mean, straight up from the first movie that you kind of have to ignore and gloss over. Like the logical points they put in the first movie, they kind of just shit all over in this movie. They were like, you know what? Since we're not going for real, we're going to make a machine that grows and makes toys that can talk and think and everything. Like, it's that same, like Disney was like, all right, writers, earn your fucking money. And there's 20 of them just like, well, what if we did this and then this and then Tim Allen comes in, reads it, and he goes, the fuck is this? Fix it. And then, earn your fucking money. And what if we did this? And what if we had a toy Tim Allen and we had him 2 roles? Will we have to pay him more? We have to pay him more. Let's clear it with accounting. Like, that's literally how this fucking movie was written.
Does the Santa do cocaine? Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He does
coca.
He does cocaine.
I'm feeling kind of buzzed. Literally Buzz Lightyear.
Coca-Cola.
I do like Jeff the reindeer. He literally is. Was it Jeff or Chet?
Chet.
That is the young one.
Yeah.
I prefer Jeff. He literally sounds. Jeff, I'm pretty sure it's Tommy from the Little Rascals doing the voice for him.
Really?
Tommy or Chucky? It's one of those two.
It's Chet.
You know, it is kind of ironic because Tim Allen was arrested for
cocaine,
possession of cocaine.
Yeah. That was in the 70s when he had like a huge 70s stash.
650 grams of cocaine.
You know what his last name? You know what his last name back then really was? Dick.
What was it?
My mom knew his brother. His name was Ron Dick.
Did she really?
Yeah, because they were all from Michigan, and she actually knew him. I think she dated him. She said they reconnected later on in life too. Like
the brother,
like maybe 5 years before she passed. They were like texting buddies.
Oh wow!
Yeah, hillbillies. It all all this fucking. Tim Allen's nothing but a fucking redneck. He didn't.
They're from Michigan.
He'd admit it. Even he may do the smooth, pure Michigan commercials. He's still a fucking hillbilly. I love the guy. I really do. I think he's awesome. But he's still a fucking hillbilly. All right, wrap up and hot dogs. Let's start with Alex.
All right, for me,
Giovanni. Alex.
that was Alex's. For me.
For me. Go ahead, Alex.
No, Giovanni.
I said you.
You said Giovanni.
Oh,
we're gonna skip
I love
Alex.
this movie. I love the first one, and I love this one. It does have its problems. The lore is all over the place.
It's a little bit weird.
Yeah, I tend to nitpick it, and I'm like, this makes no fucking sense. But I do enjoy this movie. I like the first one better.
I like how goofy this one gets in certain aspects, but don't like I don't like the Tooth Fairy goofiness.
Yeah. Yeah, like it was cool to bring in the other lore. I love the bunny. He's like, I have 10,000 offspring. So
yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's hilarious.
The Tooth Fairy thing was pretty cool though.
Why did the only black guy have to be a sleepy, lazy person? Can I just ask that?
Hey, he was also Worf from fucking Star Wars.
Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek. Fuck.
He's actually, if you've ever seen Ted 2, the guy that David Puddy from Seinfeld is dating that goes to Comic-Con to beat up nerds, it's that guy.
Wow. I haven't seen that movie in forever. I have to watch it again.
He's actually really funny in Ted 2.
But I do enjoy this movie, and I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5 for me.
Wowzers, that's a high review.
I love this movie. Like, these are my favorite Christmas movies, these 3.
Yeah.
Lewis, your turn.
That was Alex's. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, this is I like the Santa Claus movies in the order they were released. 1 is my favorite, 2 second, and the 3rd is my least favorite. But I love them all. I would say this one is probably it would definitely be a 4 out of 5 for me. I do feel like all 3 Santa Claus movies are perfect to watch back to back. They're perfect with kids of any age.
Yeah.
They're perfect with adults after a couple drinks who are just like, what? There's a lot of things I need to unpack here.
What did I just let my children watch?
Yeah. I don't know. They're all just like wholesome movies, and Tim Allen makes all 3 of these movies. I don't think you can find another person that. Tim Allen is good in Christmas movies. Like he's very funny, especially in like compare him in these movies to Christmas with the Cranks, where he's like an even bigger piece of shit.
I also don't feel like
I gotta watch it again.
Did Tim Allen get a good theatrical run as far as like movies he was in? Like Joe Somebody. The Chris, like, what did he really get as far as like? I feel like he should have been in more leading man roles, but he never. You know what I mean? Like he petered out.
Well, I don't know. Galaxy Quest is a sci-fi movie.
Galaxy Quest is awesome, bro.
It's great. It's phenomenal.
So okay, that's a good one for him. That was a big one for him. These were so huge.
His best movie.
He made so much fucking money with these, though, that like between the Santa Claus movies and Home Improvement, he never had to work again. And then he went on to have he had some movies. I think what was the Jungle to Jungle he had? So he had some. The problem
was earlier on though.
You never really got to see Tim Allen in a serious role, which I think would have been interesting. But then he did his Last Man Standing show, which had a 4 or 5 season run. Then it got canceled. Then it was picked up again for another 4 or 5 or 3 or 4 seasons.
Oh, the TV show. I think it was like 9 seasons.
Yeah. So
Jungle to Jungle was right after Santa Claus 1.
Yeah, he was still really thin for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that he ever got fat, but he got aged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, Alex. I'm sorry, Lewis. Were you done?
Oh. Yeah. What did I say? 4
yeah.
Or 5. 4 plastic, creepy, uncanny valley face Tim Allen. Yeah, Alex, go for it.
So for me, I'm gonna give this one. I love all the fucking Santa Claus movies. I'm gonna give it a fucking 5. I just really like how everything changed into the next step of how we see Santa Claus, and then they brought somebody out to, mimic his fucking thing, and I don't know. So I like that. I like how to go. They went to the what do you got 8 fingers there?
9.
They went from the elf con, like how it started out with the elf cons, like how everything went to it with all that shit, and then you find out that what's his name? Oh god, the fucking elf that fucking was playing the fucking Santa Claus fucking thing that was fucking shit up. I can't remember his name now. I had it written here. And
not Mortimer. What the fuck?
Really
is his name?
fucked up.
Curtis.
Talking to us?
Curtis. There you go. That little
plastic
bastard.
elf named Curtis.
That little bastard. Yeah.
He was kind of a shithead actually in this movie.
But
he fucked up a lot of shit.
Stupid asshole.
Yeah, but he was still a good guy at the end. He fucked it up at the beginning.
Now, I just want to jump in a series that I hope they keep doing more because it kind of gave me Santa Claus vibes. It made me think of the original trilogy. Was the Christmas Chronicles? I want to see more Kurt Russell as Santa Claus.
Yeah, without the Kiwi.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, without Kiwi.
Yeah, but he'll probably be in it as a good guy or some shit.
No, but what I like what they did with Santa Claus 2 was they finally gave Charlie an out to talk to somebody else, and they gave it to his his stepsister.
Yeah, which became his stepmother. His out to talk his problems through becomes his fucking stepmother. How fucked up is that? It goes from like, you can confide into me to like, your dad plowed me last night.
In Santa Claus 4,
Charlie
is the equivalent of Chet Hanks, where he's like ousted from the family.
God, he's a rapper.
No, but
he got caught like somebody peeking in the doorways. Is that why they kicked him out?
I like how they gave him an out to talk to somebody else, and to relieve the pain of knowing somebody who's this big guy to him. You know what I mean? So he was able to talk to his stepsister and talk to her and tell her, yes, my dad is Santa. He finally was able to relieve that secret.
I do kind of find it funny how cool. Like, in these movies, little girls are always in super like the little boys are just like, I still eat boogers, and the little girls like, I figured out the crime. Scott's Santa, isn't he?
She was already on there. Yeah, she was already on there. No, but this was a 4 for me.
You just said 5.
Yeah, okay, fine, 5.
I mean, I don't want to like sway you in any direction.
Did I say 5?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, it's up to you. It's your score, but you did say 5 initially. Merry Christmas, the eggnog is a-flowing. I like eggnog. Fuck you guys.
We'll go with 5.
I'm actually going to go get some Dean's low-fat eggnog and use it as fucking coffee creamer because Starbucks doesn't do the lattes anymore.
They don't?
No, they're not bringing it back. I'm assuming the entire eggnog syrup shipment is on the same crate as Lewis's phone.
I went to Panera this morning because my wife was home, and I was like, I'll get Panera. And I go there, and I'm like, can I have a they have like a almost like a frappuccino, like a chocolate cold brew blended, and they're like, we're out. And I was like, okay, I'll just take an iced chocolate latte. And they give it to me, and I look at the lady, and I was like, you realize the drink I asked for was just this in a blender, right? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, you fucking moron.
The supply issues are kind of funny. I went to Starbucks to get, because I like the strawberry acai refresher. And I go to pick Jen and I up one, and I'm like, you know what, I'm kind of fucking hungry. And I'm like, can I get one of the spinach, egg, and feta wraps? Oh, we're out of them. And I'm like, all right, well, what about this? Yeah, we're out of that too. And I was like, what about the bacon Gruyere egg bite? We're out of that too. I was like, what do you have? And they were like, we have scones. And I was like, I'll just take the drinks, thank you. Like, it was just like, at this point, you just fucking tell me what you got, and I'll choose from that.
By the second one, just
like, at this point, be like, well, here's what we have. Don't make me fucking run down the whole goddamn menu and just go, nope, nuh-uh. Yep, nope, thought of that one too. Nope.
That was my kids and I at fucking Wendy's one night. Oh my god.
But I didn't even go there late. It was like 3 p.m, and they were just out of shit. Like, literally, they're like, well, we have the kale. And I was like, I don't give a... and they happened to me twice. And finally, they were like, well, we've got the kale egg bites. I was like, just fucking give it to me. I'm hungry.
At Wendy's, they told me, we don't have fries. And I was like, okay, fine. I was like, then give us this shit. They're like, well, we don't have Frosties. I was like, you know what? Thank you. And I drove up and I said, I'm not taking my order. And I drove off.
Alex drove to the window and threw a bag of his own shit.
They never gave me nothing.
Do we need to say we should be right back?
Yeah, so I haven't given mine. I like this movie. I like the whole trilogy. This is an easy 4 for me. It is one of those, like, really, those fun Christmas movies that you can watch with the family, you can watch with a significant other. It does get goofy, but you kind of accept it. Tim Allen owns it, bro. Like, that's the whole thing is... He does dual roles in this movie. One of them's basically a real-life Buzz Lightyear, but that's okay. I really dig it. Easy 4 out of 5. And we'll be right back with Fred Claus, which honestly is probably... Wow. Wow, you're such a bitch. Well, it's probably my favorite on the list on top. He's flipping the fucking camera off because he hates... Come on, baby! Come on! No, you don't like that shit? All right, we'll be right back. Love you.
All right.
We're back. This is a clusterfuck.
Yep, we're back. All right. Fred Klaus.
Klaus.
Budget.
Flabbergasted.
Budget. Yeah, I'm fucking thrown off.
Done.
Budget for this one, $100 million. Box office, 97.
What? This movie had $100 million budget?
I know. I was surprised.
Fuckaroonie. No wonder.
And it came out in 2007, so this is the newest film of the 3 that we're doing.
It did really badly, though, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, technically. I know Giovanni is not a fan of them, but Vince Vaughn.
No, but let me explain why real quick.
Do it.
Vince Vaughn is Vince Vaughn in every movie. He has the same tantrum in every movie.
I know, but
and
that's
the
why
only
I like
people,
him.
the only people I feel who can play themselves in movies and be okay with it are Nicolas Cage and
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger. I completely forgot about him. Nicolas Cage, Schwarzenegger,
The Rock,
Keanu Reeves. He can play. He's good.
Oh yeah, The Rock.
Keanu Reeves in every movie. It's good. But the problem I have with Vince Vaughn is he throws the same tantrum in every movie. He has the same spiel. He acts the same way in every movie. But I will say, this isn't a bad movie, but I feel like it's because of all the other actors around him.
I feel Vince Vaughn in his later years, i.e. now, like with Freaky and Cell Block 99, definitely different.
Was he comedic in The Cell?
I will give you Freaky. Freaky was
He was
good.
No, you know what? You're right. The Cell, he was not really comedic. He was smart-assed, and he... but yeah, he did not play the usual Vince Vaughn in that movie.
Okay, I haven't seen that one, but I will say Freaky
You've seen The Cell?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen The Cell with Jennifer Lopez?
Really?
The horse.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, he was the cop that was looking for her, or that was working with her, that had to go find her.
I like Vince Vaughn because clearly he does a lot of ad-libbing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Improv.
And yeah, he does a lot, and he's really good with the quick, on his toes, structure of a joke, like just going.
Yeah, he can keep it,
But I can also see how that would turn people off. Kind of like how some people, like, Will Ferrell is a good example. He is like cilantro. Some people love him.
Yes.
Some people.
I mean, but Will Ferrell is always Will Ferrell, though.
No, I like Will Ferrell, but I don't like Will Ferrell. So
I do.
Yes,
I think
I agree. I agree with what you say.
I largely like Will Ferrell. He's had a couple misses, but
I do like him. But there is my degree.
So just a couple other cast members. So Rachel Weisz is in here. Paul Giamatti, who here Matt does a good impersonation of.
Paul Giamatti's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, he is.
Kevin Spacey.
I like John Michael Higgins.
It's almost like you gotta say his name, kind of like Kevin Spacey.
Yeah,
Kevin Spacey, Party of Two.
I love Willie in this fucking movie.
You do love Willie, don't you?
Yes, I love the Willie. I love the Willie. You want to do that?
You like it soft? You like it hard?
I like it hard. You want to fuck with me?
What the fuck was that?
You want to fuck on me?
You want to fuck on me? Fuck on you.
So,
like it hard. Fucking double fisting. Why? This is a Christmas movie.
One thing that
Merry Christmas
didn't sit right with me watching this movie now, because I haven't watched it in a long time, is John Michael Higgins and Ludacris's faces.
Oh my god, they're terrible.
Yes,
Nightmare.
It's terrible. It's seriously, like, if I didn't already have enough demons haunting me, they sure would be in the catalog. They're fucking awful.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like it. It's yucky.
And then he's kissing beautiful Elizabeth Banks, and it's all weird looking.
Elizabeth Banks has always been beautiful.
Dude, she is gorgeous. Like, starting from Knocked Up, which I think was her first real movie, where she's the hot girl in the bathtub. Like, she has always been gorgeous. She is one of the few, like, Hollywood women where I'm like, yeah, she's awesome. Might be a flaming bitch, but she's really good looking. I don't know. She seems nice.
Morgan has a super.
Yeah, and I feel like he was working out for comedian at this time because he had really broad shoulders. Like, this was at the point where his jaw was Buzz Lightyear thick. Like, like when you compare him to Negan, it's like Jeffrey Dean Morgan got AIDS.
I just looked up because Frank Stallone makes a cameo in here.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh really?
On his Wikipedia, the picture they use looks like a Salvador Dali picture, like his face is melting.
Oh Jesus!
It's really bad.
What happened? I mean, maybe Frank Stallone's face is just melting. In real life, that's the clearest picture they can get of him.
You do have Stephen Baldwin.
Cameos, yeah.
Cameo.
Yeah.
But you have Clinton's brother,
And
Roger.
he's jealous of Alec.
Not anymore, huh? Bang.
Sylvester Stallone's brother was
Alec comes in and he's like, so anyways, I stopped blasting.
Yeah, right? Here's my impression of Alec Baldwin. Well, give me a hot gun.
Ooh, bad taste.
Have you guys ever seen the video of Will Smith where, like, they're checking out weapons for one of the Bad Boys movies and he slaps the guys? That's what you should be doing. Will Smith will never accidentally shoot someone.
Well, that dude full on, like, almost puts it in his fucking face.
So, there's still, nobody knows exactly what happened on that set, but the heavy rumor is he goes, I'm just supposed to have the camera and go bang? Now, my question is, if that's what happened, even if you are lining up the shot, why'd you pull the trigger? It's not needed. You don't need to pull the trigger. You're literally making a mouth noise. You pulled it because you're an asshole, and you didn't pay attention. So whether or not there was a live round in there, which there was, is irrelevant. You should have checked it. And if you knew something was in there, if you would have checked it with real gun safety, you would have never pulled the trigger.
Always check.
Always. Every fucking time. Even when you got it pointed to your temple and you're saying, Dear God, sweet bless me and take me.
And
make sure it's loaded.
Like,
always check shit out.
Yeah. Some people say Hail Marys. I put a gun in my mouth and pray. It's what it is. Yoshi's okay with it.
Yep.
He's like, do I get a new squeaky if you die? New toy for Yoshi that went ward away the fatness. All right, let's So
we'll
go into my favorite scene because I got to get the voice warmed up to do the fucking impression. I just like this movie. I like Vince Vaughn. I find it cool that the Toys R Us scene is filmed at our old Toys R Us. Like, they literally go in downtown, but it was filmed there. I find that neat. I like Vince Vaughn.
Roscoe Village?
Yeah, the Toys R Us scene, the inside is filmed over there.
Yep. Also inside the Nordstrom building that Giovanni's Ethel's that he worked at was at.
Nice. Yeah, it's in Chicago. I really like Paul Giamatti and Kevin Spacey in this movie. I enjoy the movie through and through. My favorite scene really is the scene where he talks about him being Superman, because it's just like, it was like, Clark Kent didn't need Superman didn't need glasses, did he? And Kevin Spacey's like just kind of quiet, and he unwraps it, and then the whole pivotal scene. Big problem with the scene, right? All Kevin Spacey does is literally flip a goddamn switch. Like, why didn't fat-ass Paul Giamatti just go flip it? Like, listen, you cocksucker, we need the power back on. And he just fucking, flips it, you know what I mean?
Because he was trying to get
I'd have pushed his ass into the ball of fucking wonder and watch him disintegrate like an 80s movie and then fucking flip the power switch.
I love the, fucked up chemistry that the whole family has in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Kathy Bates, as always, is delightful.
Yeah. And
it's hilarious how his fucking girlfriend fucking walks out. She's like, I'm done. I'm walking out.
Well, I mean, Fred Claus, he's a real piece of fucking shit.
Yeah. I mean, the movie's lore though also introduces weird questions like, if the family's immortal, then their spouses are immortal. How do they ever have kids?
Yeah,
that's true.
How do they age? Like, the kids can't age at that point, right?
But then the movie also says a lot about Rachel Weisz's character, because clearly she likes dating dirtbags.
Yeah, he's just a sleazy
fuck. He's been with him for years.
Yeah. And it's like, you've been with him for years, you know he's a fucking con man, yet you're still expecting that ring. Stupid writing is what that is.
Goodbye.
It is. It's a leak. But I do like the fight between Santa and Fred. And I love how Paul Giamatti's Santa jumps up and down and throws a fucking tantrum.
Yes.
He picks up the snowball. It's like, fuck. It was hilarious.
That whole scene is hilarious because he starts playing dirty, goes to run him over. You know, it's just like.
I was waiting for Paul Giamatti to turn to his wife and be like, "Shut up, you dumb cunt. Let me deal with my brother." Because he was annoyingly poking her fucking opinion into him trying to talk to Fred.
Stop fucking talking to me.
I do have to ask, why does Kathy Bates as an actress always play a bitch in every movie she's in?
She's really good at it.
She is.
I mean, she's great as what's her in The Office. She's awesome. She plays that role really well.
Yeah, I don't know. The what doesn't sit right with me though is the faces on Ludacris. Like, it's just, I'm sure for
the little guys.
CG, yeah.
That and the uncanny Tim Allen as the toy Santa is just disturbing.
But those were the only two CG faced elves in the movie, right?
I think so.
Because I didn't.
I think there was
other elves. I didn't feel like
I don't. The other guy that was in the mail room with his wife. I don't think. The husband and wife or whatever the fuck they were. So I did find the script for that scene. I don't know, seeing as how late it is, my voice can do it, but. The scene, as I talked about, is the one where he confronts Clyde for being a piece of shit, basically. Mm-hmm. And it goes, oh, fuck. Clyde Archibald Northcutt, 422 Dashwood. And then he goes in and he goes, yeah, you made the most naughty list in 68. And the whole scene, literally, I feel like they had to have this scene because they paid so much money for those two actors. And they're like, we need these two. We need these two to do something together because there's literally in this one scene is millions of dollars we've paid these assholes. And it's like just the most fucking real scene in the movie. And he's like, I bet that's what they called you. I don't know what your talking about, oh no, Four-Eyed Clyde, yeah. And it's just like, and it's also the scene where Superman's realized maybe kids are judged wrong. Maybe I've been fucking around. I do want to see Paul Giamatti fist fight toy Tim Allen Superman.
Oh, actually, so who would win in a three-way fight?
Oh,
Goldberg. Giamatti. What if it was like Giamatti and Tim Allen versus
I just see Goldberg like kicking him and Paul James like into a wall. Like it turns into the Matrix where he's just flying through fucking walls. And...
I feel like Tim Allen's Santa would win. Because I feel like in Santa's Sleigh
blackjack.
And in Fred Claus, I feel like those two Santas didn't really utilize magic as strongly as Tim Allen does.
Yeah, but he only had to watch.
Goldberg would have just waited and watched him do.
They didn't explain the conversion rate of magics either. Like, how come mistletoe took 3?
Let's assume that he's facing the married Santa Claus. So the married Tim Allen.
I'm
still gonna say Goldberg kicks his fucking head off.
Really, you think so?
I think Goldberg still would have just waited.
Like, there's a scene where Goldberg is like kind of being from the magic, being held down, and he just like breaks it all and goes, "Fuck that pussy shit," and he kicks Tim Allen's head off.
What he said?
Merry fucking Christmas. He stomps away. He kicks one of the elves, and her guts are hanging out. Why would you do this to me, Santa? And she's blood everywhere.
And here's your menorah.
That would be the worst Christmas movie ever.
Really would.
There's literally like he's just ripped like fucking ripped them heads off spines of elves and shit. He's got them on pikes.
That's the sequel that we need.
I don't know what happened, but Santa just came out and started cutting us to fucking ribbons. 1,000 elves taken down in minutes. It's like a fucking Saving Private Ryan scene where they're all shell shocked and it's like slow and the fucking hollowed out and it's just Santa like throwing body parts of elves in slow motion in front of him. Let's finish this movie's review.
What the fuck are we talking about?
You haven't known since the first movie. Let's continue. Now, wrap up thoughts, unless anybody has anything else to say on Fred Claus. Giovanni, I want you to go first because I know you just have a hatred of Mr. Vaughn. Come on, baby! Come on, sugar lips!
The hatred of Vaughn is just his acting. I don't
We'll get on a horse, we'll ride to the sunset and eat quiches! He's got that sort of weird humor where he just throws out shit.
But I will say, every movie that I've seen with Vince Vaughn in is not a bad movie. I've watched, I think my most favorite was Freaky. Freaky was.
If you want to
really
see
good,
something really different with him, check out Cell Block 99 or Prisoner in Cell Block 99. That might be it. It's a weird fucking role for him. It's not what you expect.
But this was a good movie. It was a really good movie, and it was a little bit more serious. It had a little bit more of a serious tone versus the other two.
Yeah, I mean, it's also I think the funniest of pure comedy funny as opposed to pure children's comedy funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny, and I think everybody did a phenomenal job except Vince Vaughn.
All right, wait a minute, right? Think back, visualize. Hold on, the scene where it's towards the end of the movie, where the sun's creeping up, and he goes, and the little weird freaky elf guy goes, "Fred," and it zooms in on his eyes. He goes, "I know," and then it cuts to black. Come on. Fucker.
I don't know.
But then we don't get a resolution
But it is his choice. Whatever.
The scene that actually
what are you talking about?
It's his right. Whatever.
What are we talking about?
It's his bad choice.
The scene that I like the most with Vince Vaughn, I think, is where he's standing next to Santa, his brother, and he tells him, "You're the best. I think you're the best brother I've had."
Yeah, then he gives
him a kiss on the head. I like that scene.
Starts to tear up.
That was the actual end.
Having the pep talk with that hood rat kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got some bad advice, baby.
Steal this fucking wallet anyway? He's like, good start.
Yeah, for real, right? You little fucking, no wonder you're in a fucking orphanage, you little prick.
But this is the first time I've seen this movie as well. And I would watch this movie again. It was a fun movie to go through. It was funny. I do like the concept. I'm going to give this an actual solid 4 out of 5. I liked it a lot. I really did. It was funny, except for Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Except for the main character.
Yeah, except for the main character.
Except for the guy that's in the entire movie.
I'll go next. I love Vince Vaughn. I love Vince Vaughn. I don't think there's a Vince Vaughn movie that I don't like. I just like his style of.
What about Psycho?
Oh, Psycho's not really a good movie.
Not a good movie. He's Norman Bates.
Let's just remove that one from his filmography.
I killed my mother, baby.
One movie at a time.
No, and I do like Paul Giamatti, and it's cool to see him in this role.
For I cried.
I think he does a good job as Santa Claus.
I do too. I think his eyes. There's something about like he can act just with his eyes.
No shit, for real.
Also, the dynamic between him and Paul Giamatti alone, like they have this weird chemistry that just works because they're completely different. But at the same time, they're different personalities in the movie too. So
well, you have someone who's a genuine, like, world-class actor, and then you have Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not saying Vince Vaughn bad, but he's not a great, like, he's not a bad actor, but he's not like, he's not Paul Giamatti.
Not an insult.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing with you, but I'm not disagreeing. Okay, depending on what we're talking about. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, no, this is. I'm biased on this one. It's a 5 out of 5. It's a really good Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's another wholesome movie that you can kind of just turn your brain off. You can watch this one with the kids.
And laugh at it, and it's not one of those ones you put on like, fuck, watch this again. Okay.
Yeah. This is. I mean, it's.
I'm worried about what they're gonna say.
Every Christmas, I always want to watch this and Christmas with the Cranks, and they were never available, but now it's easier to watch them. But yeah, this is easily 5 out of 5.
We have them all because Jen loves the Christmas with the Cranks. She loves Deck the Halls. Like she's a huge fan of like the family comedy Christmas movies. So last year because they put them on sale like January 1st, all of them. So I picked up a bunch of them.
My wife thinks I'm weird because I'm the only person she knows that's like this, but I don't like Christmas, but I like Christmas movies. And I don't know how to explain that to make sense to anyone. But yeah, I hate Christmas, love Christmas movies.
I like the lights.
I don't like Christmas before Thanksgiving.
I hate Christmas myself.
Who's Chris?
I don't like Chris.
Who's Chris?
I don't like Christmas.
Who's Chris?
Crispin Glover? I like Crispin Glover.
I don't like Crispin Glover either. No.
Christ himself? Like, who are we talking about?
All of them.
Is it a Greek guy? Is his name Christ?
All
Alex,
of them.
Lewis, you gave your 5.
No. All right. So for me,
yes. Let's get your take and your hot dogs.
I like Fred Christmas.
You said Fred Christmas. That's funny.
Fred Claus, Christmas, whatever, man. Oh my god, it's all the same shit.
Go on.
Oh my god. No, for real. I'm not a Vince Vaughn fan. I like the movie. No, I'm not.
Goddamn Fred Christmas.
Fuck both of you.
Yes, you're right. It's Fred Christmas. No, I'm not a Vince Vaughn fan. But I actually watched the movie and I was like, holy shit. It's actually it's not a bad movie. But Paul Giamatti himself throws it all for me. Vince Vaughn, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan, and I agree with Giovanni. He plays the same fucking role every single time. When he was doing his old shit with what's a kid Slam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Hood Rat.
Yeah.
Rat.
I
thought his name was Phil.
I don't know.
Latchkey
No, it
Kid,
was Slam.
I think,
It was Slam. No, but I'm not. Oh god, I'm too hammered right now. Whatever, man.
Okay.
We went too long for this fucking shit.
Out of 5, though.
No, out of 5, I'm gonna give this one. I really liked it. I'm gonna give it to 3.5.
Okay.
Because I'm not a fan of Vince Vaughn's whole spiel, but I like Paul Giamatti, so maybe that may be a 4. I'm gonna go 4. For Paul.
You know how they like when big budget movies come out, there's like that company that makes like the B movie version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The B movie version of this movie is called Fred Christmas.
Starring Michael Keaton.
Yeah, we know.
Oh man.
So we've got, you said 4 was your final?
Yeah. 4 for Paul.
I feel like the Squid Game. Like he's the old man who can't remember if he said fucking even or odd over here. Like you said 4, right? So
4 for Paul.
I really like Fred Christmas. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I actually think it doesn't get enough credence. Like it wasn't, the problem was it was such a big budget and it didn't do very well. But I mean, like I would put
big fucking budget for
like
this movie.
like this is the same. Like this is in my my list. You know, is like all like Christmas Vacation, Deck the Halls, Christmas with the Cranks, Fred Christmas, Santa Claus movies. Like, so it's added into my regular because I really do love this movie, and I actually just bought it last year digitally, and before then it was like, fuck, is it streaming anywhere? I'd love to watch that movie this year. That's why I ended up buying it because you know they go on sale like New Year's Eve, and you can get all the Christmas shit for like $5. So that's what I did. This one's an easy 5 out of 5. I love this movie. I know some people might not like Vince Vaughn,
but with that said, because Steph watched this with me, we will be adding this to our regular. Christmas
it's a
movies.
good Christmas movie. But you know what? I'm surprised about like the budget, so I can understand why like you don't hear about it because it is a colossal flop.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think it should be hailed as a better Christmas movie than what it gives credence to. But yeah, that's 5 out of 5 for me. I'm correct. Everyone else is wrong, especially the Vince Vaughn haters. This is week 1. We'll be back next week with, what did we say again?
Or Christmas.
Give me 1 second. I'll tell you.
Christmas with the Cranks.
Yes.
Bad Santa.
Yes.
And Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a good week. I don't. Have you guys seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
No, I have not ever.
I cannot wait for you guys to see it. It's such a good fucking movie.
I don't think I have seen it.
You're gonna thank me.
I have never.
Alex might not remember it, but you're gonna thank
me. No, I've never.
Not even Fred Christmas.
Not even Christmas.
A Jersey Show. Four-eyed Clyde. That's what they called you. All right, guys. We will see you next week for an exciting episode of How Drunk Can He Get? I mean, Nerded 2 Movie Podcast. Say goodnight, everybody. We can't.